format of what we're going to do in here, for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to bring you up to speed on how to simulate and how to make your PCB, okay? Now I'm going to give you about an hour's instruction. In actual fact, today we're probably going to go half, 3/4 of the way through the session, just on me giving you a quick multi-sim tutorial. But under normal circumstances, I'll give you 45 minutes, an hour of scribbling things on the board and taking you through multi-sim, multi-board, all that kind of stuff. And then for the second 2 hours, I leave you open loop, and my lovely colleagues over there come round and help you do all the things that you can't do because your design doesn't do what you want it to, okay? So that's the general format, and as we get into the later weeks, because 10 weeks in a term, as we get into weeks 4, 5, 6 and so on, you'll be hard out working on your assignment. So there is an assumption that there's enough hours in this lab for you to work on your assignment without doing anything else outside, which is also something that a lot of people like. Okay, so as we get later in there, we're doing nothing but assignments, but the point is the assignment is what I want you to be able to do, which is to be able to design a PCB from first principles, but without necessarily understanding how the circuit diagram works. On that subject of circuit diagrams working, I've got a book upstairs. It's called The Cookbook of Electronic Circuits, and it's about that thick, and I think it's about 2,500 pages, because it's like that paper that comes out of the telephone directories, if anyone remembers those. Writing's tiny, and most of those circuits inside there, I haven't got a clue what they do. I can sit down and look at them for 10, 15 minutes, each individual one, and start to work out, hang on a minute, that must be an oscillator, that must be a phase lock loop, that's a potential divider, that's an amplifier. I can start to work out what the blocks do, but as far as the fine idiosyncrasies are concerned, sometimes you can look at a circuit and even when you're very, very experienced, you don't actually know what it's ever going to do. That's when you would use a simulator or a test environment, because you'd start using magic things like oscilloscope, signal generators and so on. You'd start probing it to see what it does and working it out in that way. The majority of circuits that you're going to make as a professional are likely to be digitally or very heavily digitally oriented. Now digital's easy to understand, just ones and noughts and buses, right? Analog is the magic one. So analog design is still a very, very highly held skill, but something that takes a long time to accumulate. And on top of that really is RF. That's the, you know, the secret art, the one that everyone craves. And it's not that hard to understand actually, but that's sort of the classic example of analog, although even that is coming under the guise of digital now. Okay?